Hey, welcome back to the Chammy, the only channel on YouTube where you can get a amazingly professional tarot card reading from a haunted house in a creepy graveyard from a haunted chick like me with disgustingly cute dogs. Tonight's special is always, I'm gonna drop my laptop. Okay, wait, there we go. Is that good? Is that working? Okay, I think that might be working. Hey, Molly. Yes, please block gross people. Please. Please, mommy. No fucks given tonight. Everybody who's coming here tonight is looking to have a smile put on their face. So if you're not here to have a good time and put a smile on your face, turn around and do whatever you have to do to go feel better and come back. But, you know, between everything, and Molly, you know everything that's going on with everyone who's going to come here for a smile tonight. So, out of protecting them and their good vibes, please. Stomp out them trolls. If they show up. Sometimes they don't show up. And I'll help you report, because what happens is when you report them, Google, YouTube will actually start being like, oh, they're not a genuine part of the YouTube community at all, and they'll start tracking that IP address and start following the paper trail they leave. Hey, thanks. I must keep reminding myself of this. I hope you're having a great night too. And it's absolutely batshit crazy. Yeah, I'm having a great night. I hope you're having a great night too. Oh, what a day. I have not had a chance to read more about the stuff we talked about yesterday. I must keep reminding myself of this. So I must keep reminding myself of going back to that page that I looked at earlier today about what you had asked about yesterday. So I did go and look at it. Interesting stuff. But you know what? I've never really been the kind of person to kind of join a club, join a group, join a cult, join a coven, join a fellowship, join a church, join a, you know what I mean? It's kind of like, I've always just kind of been like, you know, a solitary butterfly. Actually, I've never watched Stranger Things. Somebody who hurt me, like physically assaulted me, did photography for the TV show once, so I was completely turned off by the show, because I can't, I'm unable to consume art or music that is composed or created by people who are abusive or, you know, repulsive. Not saying anybody who created that show or is in that show is that way or anything like that, but when something good like that becomes associated with something as disgusting as somebody who would literally put their hands on somebody else and hurt them physically, emotionally, I just can't, you know. So I could never go into watching Stranger Things, no matter how cool people said it is or whatever. It's just like every person that they work with, I can't watch their movies or watch their shows or listen to their music or anybody that person works with or for. I just can't. So Stranger Things kind of fell under that whole category. So I've never watched it, sweetheart. I have no idea what it's about other than probably Stranger Things, which I bet you a whole lot of Stranger Things go on around here than on that TV show. But no, I don't watch it. Sorry about that. I hope that's okay. I really don't watch TV either. I watch YouTube. I watch you guys on YouTube. Hey, Party Mole, how have you been? Hey, Google Accountant, how are you today? Sure, I can read your fortune. All readings start at $6 if you want to ask the tarot cards a question. You can also get the $5 reading. Every reading you purchase is buy one, get one free. The $5 reading really lets you start off with just what, it's me actually asking your most trusted and strongest spirit guides what you need to know right now. So that's the $5 reading, 5 minutes, 5+ cards. $6 reading opens you up to being allowed to ask 3 questions, up to 3 questions. You get 6+ cards, 6+ minutes, whatever comes first, okay? You can get the 11/11 love reading, the $20 past, present, future. And you can also get the $30 general reading. Jacob, welcome to the report button. You can't come here on my channel and talk like that to me or anybody. Do you understand me? Hey Danielle, how are you, sweetheart? Sure, what's your question, babe? Empathic veteran. Hello, I like your name. It's a very sweet name. God's grace through our faith in Christ and blood. Well, judge not lest you be judged. $6 for a read is crazy. As a Wiccan who does tarot myself, big yikes. Well, I'm sorry, you Wiccan fluff bunny, but find another place to go and find a more expensive reading. You can also get the most expensive reading, which is $60. You can get an in-depth reading. Would you like that one? How about that one? Is that expensive enough for you, Wiccan fluff bunny? Look, not hating on you or anything, but that is absolutely just like, if you want to go make your own tarot channel and charge $100 an hour, go for it. Or do free readings all day. But this isn't your channel, it's mine. So if $6 for a reading is yikes to you, sorry you feel that way. Go find a channel with a more expensive reading. I'm going home and ripping down my Beyonce poster. You're gorgeous. Okay. Don't rip down your Beyonce picture. What? Don't do that. Because then one day you might miss your Beyonce poster. You might regret it. Well, she might be just, it doesn't let you pay $6, so she might just be like trying to do the $2 and then pay the extra $4. Because it might not let her do $6. It might only let her do like $4 and then $2. I don't know. But yeah, the readings start at $5. So which one do you want, sweetheart? Danielle, what do you want? You want the $5 one or you want the $6 one? I must repeat. I wonder which type of Wiccan that person follows. Perhaps Gardner. A lot of people like Wiccan. Well, you know, I have been friends with Lori Cabot for many, many years. I have a dress that she made for me, or her coven made for me when I turned 16. I have not worn it on the channel yet because I haven't really had a special occasion to wear it on the channel yet. I will show it to you guys if you want me to ever show it to you. I will. But you know, I am really, 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 really fed up with those Wiccans who are like so judgmental and don't keep their nose in their spirituality, and they want to kit their nose into everybody else's and tell them how to do it correctly. Lori Cabot would never do that to any of you, okay? Lori would never sit there and go, you know what, you're not doing it my way. That's scary. That's just not that. That's just not who she is, you know? That's never who she's gonna be. I feel like people get lost in the prettiness of what witchcraft and Wiccan and magic look like, forgetting at the end of the day that they are the magic, and that's what she's teaching, and that's what is being taught in all kinds of different spiritualities now. There are some though that, you know, they think that there's something outside of them to give it to them. But have you ever read that article from Time Magazine with Lori Cabot? I am about the power of energy and how they were actually Time magazine was actually proving, you know, through Lori Cabot, with Lori Cabot, you know, the energy of magic and how powerful it is. It was really a cool article. I didn't really know about it until a couple years ago when I saw somebody talking about it on Instagram. Now, when you talk about Gardner, are you talking about, like, that guy who wrote the, what's that book called? The Urantia? That Gardner? Gimme 789. You want me to do anything for you, really, you're going to have to pay. Sorry. You want a tarot card reading? You want me to say something? PayPal, Cash App, Venmo, Super Chat. Gerald Gardner. Have you ever read the Urantia before? You're bad. That's alright. I think we're all a little bit bad around here. Is nobody saying any nice holiday cheer to you? Give me 789#9. Hey Meryl, how are you, sweetheart? I'm so happy to hear about John's mom and that they've sent her home and that she's been released from the hospital. Oh, I'm not sure. You know, if I'm not sure I've read Witchcraft Today. Sorry, my eyes are getting kind of dry. If I have, I've forgotten it from all the times I've hit my head in accidents. Like, I had to call my brother tonight and ask him if I have ever had chicken pox. And he's like, yeah. I'm like, okay, thank you. Thanks for reminding me. Because the car accident took away a lot of my memories. But I'm getting them back, and I just love it when somebody gives me a memory back. It's so much fun. I mean, not that chickenpox memory is fun, but to remember, but I needed to know tonight. Yeah, I'm very much dedicated and you know, more inclined to be more laid back and easy and more of a kind of you know, when it comes to the whole Wiccan thing, you know, it's, you know, it was never about anybody really else other that I would want to learn about it from than Lori Cabot or the Pendragons in Salem. I think those would be the appropriate people to connect with if you're really very into that kind of thing, which I've done. I've been there. I've got that t-shirt in the closet. You know, I'll put it back on again. But am I a Wiccan? Nope. I'm so tired of all the labels. Like, what? You know, like, what? I'm just a girl with no name, okay? Like, that's who I am. And I'm fine with that. So, do you remember Christian? Have you ever heard of Christian from that Lori Cabot circle? I think TMZ like actually trolled him once, which he totally deserved because he used to actually bully and harass me online when I was a teenager. Really messed my head up. He would make fun of me because of my poor spelling and my poor grammar. But I was just a kid. And I always felt like, you know, that guy just does not belong in her circle. That guy just does not belong in her group, does not belong in her coven. So I pulled away. I pulled a lot away because she was having nothing to do with her stuff online for many, 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 many years. and she put her work into the hands of people like Christian, and I was like, this is not for me anymore. This is just not for me. Oh, I do. I love tarot. I love all forms of metaphysical and pseudoscience. There's so much within the metaphysical world and pseudoscience that people, you know, it hasn't been proven by science, but there is some of it that has been proven by science, and I really love, like, learning about all that kind of stuff. Science, pseudoscience, metaphysical stuff, spiritual stuff. I've learned all the religions and read about all of them. It's like I'm reading the same book it's like I'm reading the same fictional book rewritten by different people and their own versions of it. That's how that feels. Sorry. But, you know, it makes me very sad to see humans killing each other because of a book that essentially says the same shit across all religions. And I'm just sick of it. I'm sick of seeing people killing each other over, you know, some shit that, you know, they find, what is the word pardon my French, what is the word I'm looking for? Sick of seeing people killing each other over texts and stories from thousands of years ago that some wise man had an acid trip on and wrote about. It's just how it feels to me. It's just how it feels to me. I know that sounds terrible, but I'm not discrediting that Jesus Christ didn't live or that any of these wonderful characters didn't live. But at the same time, it's 2025, you know? Like, I just hope people aren't killing each other over our text messages, you know, in 1,000, 2,000 years, you know? I mean, I hope they're not killing each other over that either. I mean, but it's just, I'm really tired of people killing each other in the name of God or in the name of whatever they think justifies them to kill each other. It's horrible. You know, that's why, you know, that's why it's almost like I can't even, you know, do not listen to the voices in your head. I don't have any voices in my head except my own. Maybe you should take your own advice, DJ Hales. Cat. Where I come from in Atlanta, that's what we call men. We call them cats. Me, I'm a 20th century fox. Yeah, I like science too, very much. My nephew tried to convince me that the world was flat. I'm like, yeah, you're flat-brained. And we got into like this whole conversation about that kind of stuff. And science, pseudoscience, of course, and things like that. Really? Yeah, New York is definitely the worst traffic I have ever seen. I'll be quite honest. You know, but you know what? Like, I know Atlanta so well, it's kind of difficult for me to get lost in traffic. When you really know a city and you know the back roads, you never really get lost in traffic, and you can always dodge the cops. It's kind of funny when you know the city and the law is better than the cops do. It's kind of funny when you have to sit there and tell a cop how to get somewhere and what the law is as well. That's really messed up. I've had that happen to me as well. Here in Atlanta. Like, my landlord assaulted me about a month or so ago, and I reported it to the police, right? And they were like, the guy that came out to take the report was like, that should be fine. I don't see it. And I'm like, you don't see any problem with it? I'm like, you really need to go and educate yourself about the law. I said, first of all, it doesn't matter if he owns the house or he owns the block. Like, he's not allowed to put his hands on me because he wants to. He's not allowed to try to force his way into the house either. I said, there are certain laws and rules that you probably should go and read up before I call your chief of police about what you just said to me. I just can't even, I just can't even believe some of the weird things I have experienced with the Atlanta and Fulton County police departments. DeKalb police departments, Cherokee police departments. It's, you know, and I know I live in a kangaroo state, so I know that, you know, they'll just hire anybody whether they know what the law is or not. Oh, Maine is such a beautiful place. I love camping in Maine. Maine, New Hampshire. I especially love camping at Cadillac Mountain in Acadia. Oh, I believe the traffic from Maryland to Connecticut was a nightmare. Oh, yeah. And, oh, yeah. I mean, oh, God. I mean, just, I've been there. I've done the drive. I've definitely done the drive. I grew up in Boston, and we would drive from Atlanta to Boston and back, or even the drive from Atlanta to, like, if you're going to go vacation in Florida, is a very long, annoying drive. I remember, like, just trying to drive a couple hours up to Nashville. It took hours. And that was just because there's just so many people, and I think it's because there's just so many people, and the infrastructure in our country is not able to handle it, you know? I look like a witch. Can I curse people? I don't believe in curses. I'm never wrong in my reality, Mr. Law RD Half Mercy 2361, because it's my reality. Molly, she doesn't curse people. Yeah, I don't believe in curses. Your boyfriend just called you fat and dumped you. Well, you should kick him in the dick and run. Or I'll come over there and kick him in the dick for you and run. I have no idea who Aaron Rodgers is. Yeah, I'm okay. I'm okay after this. It took, I mean, I still go back to it sometimes, but it took a good 6 weeks for me to, you know, stop thinking about it. Because it was very scary. And it brought up a lot of other domestic violent situations I'd been in. And I don't know. I don't know where to go from here other than this is all I have, so I have to kind of put up with it. You love Waffle House? I can't Waffle House anymore. I think that if Molly and I, like, really wanted Waffle House and we, like, had Uber Eats bring it, I could do it. But I just couldn't do it. Like, after being a Waffle House waitress, I can't smell a Waffle House. I'll die. The smell of Waffle House. Oh, God. I've never been camping on the Oregon coast. I would really love to. Oh, yeah, I like the triple hash brown. I like it smothered and covered. Hell yeah. Favorite Bible verse? Judge not, lest you be judged. That's all you Christian people do is judge, judge, judge. This is why I don't come to church with you anymore. And I have my church here. Let me kick you, the lazy algorithm. Not kick you. Am I goth? Every moment of my life, yes. Hey, Metal Rain. I hope you're feeling better tonight and that you had a great day. Happy unbirthday today. 100% Christian people are judgmental. Yes, they are, Barbie. Well, no, they're not. No, they're not. I'll be real honest. Not all of them are. Okay? Not all of them are. I have so many wonderful family members who are Christians and they're not judgmental like that. Yeah, sadly, many have misinterpreted it. Yeah. I think that many people will, they're more likely to just judge the book by its cover than really want to kind of turn the page. Everyone has like this law, RD, have mercy. Everyone has this like they want everything to be so fast. They want 5 seconds and that's it. They want to give you little to no time. They want to just, you know. Yeah, I'm totally a lapsed Catholic. I've had the Bible shoved in my face since before I was 5. So, you know, when you go to Christian school and you're sitting there, and it's more important for them to make you learn all the names of all the Bibles and all the names of the chapters in the Bible. When that becomes more important to them than your actual math, that's like when I was just like, you know what, Mom and Dad, I'm done. I'm dropping out, you know, and I'm going to either go to a different school or you're going to home teach me. Because I'm not going to go anymore to a Christian school that beats my ass and wants to teach me about the Bible. And me learning the Bible is more important to them than me learning the math that I need to learn so that I can be a better student. So I can, you know, be smarter than, you know, I'm never going to go and be a nun or a preacher or a priest. It's not going to happen. Well, but once again, Barbie, the rules of the Bible are just limiting beliefs and circumstances. Sorry, that's all they are to me. I know that might seem a bit shallow to some people. Sorry. I apologize and I'm fantastic. Yeah, I mean, but I'll tell you what. I have met many, many wonderful people of all kinds of religions and spiritualities, and I just don't care what your religion is or what your spirituality is. I don't care if you're a Catholic or you're Satanist. I don't care if you're a Buddhist or you're Muslim. You know, let's talk about the things we like instead of the things that we don't like. Let's talk about, you know, what makes us, you know, what makes us, you know, what is our reason to live Jews? Because this certainly isn't, whatever this fucking is that's going around in the world right now, which is very easily manifested by people who keep talking about it. Do you see what I mean? Like, today I saw this comment on one of the social media apps. And this person was like, oh, I told you about these Hunger Games shenanigans, and this would happen, and that would happen, and this would happen, and that would happen. Well, yeah, because you're sitting there all day thinking about it, aware of it, living and breathing for it. And when you live and breathe for war and hate and that kind of stuff, that's what you're going to get. That's what you're going to experience. Me, my life is great. I have no problems. Literally. And I just feel like at the end of the day, it could be a lot more easier for people if they would just try to sort through their own limiting beliefs and circumstances and try to understand that they are the magic one. They are the beautiful creator of their reality. And I really feel like the Bible and many spiritual writings, religious writings, this is what it was trying to teach us. But because we're curious and because, you know, we have already been programmed to look at everything from a what if negative perspective, you know, we'll take that negativism, those rules, like she just said, the rules of the Bible that her brother doesn't think obtain to him. They'll take these certain negative connotations and like twist them and turn them into things that they probably were never really meant to be at the end of the day. And I'm in no ways assuming that Jesus was never real or couldn't be real, okay? But you have to understand that the Israelites feel and think very differently about, you know, what say the Protestants might think or feel, or the Catholics might think or feel. I mean, look at the Catholics and the Protestants. How much do you guys know about the Catholics and the Protestants? You know, somebody, anybody? And anybody know anything about that? You probably just go look it up on AI. Is there anyone I can hold a conversation with in this chat about it? Well, faith is important. Yes, there is more to it, but there's more to it maybe for you personally. You know what I mean? Oh, have a good time cuddling with your wife, sweetheart. You have a good night. I must keep reminding myself of this. I'm not a witch. Oh my God. Anybody come in here, call me a witch again, block them. Hide them. Time them out, please. I am fucking sick to death of being called a witch. Fucking stop it. It's rude. Pardon my French. You're fucked up. Nobody wants to hear your mouth anymore. Especially me. Don't talk to me like that. You don't want to be here. First you come in the chat and the first thing you say to me is shut up. You shut up. Hi Mikey, how are you? I'm feeling a little better. How have you been? Well, some misinterpret what that is, but it's not my job to teach that to them. There's nothing outside of you to give it to you. If you think that there's something outside of you to give it to you, you're sadly mistaken. Okay, you create your life is what you make it. It's kind of like you are what you eat. I have 30 seconds to claim my prize. Oh, look at what this one says. Khalib, you like to see homos naked. You're so rude, Khalib. I'm going to report you for that. Because at this point, that's just so ignorant. Yeah, I replied to it, Mikey. Thank you so much for sending an email and checking up on us. I appreciate that. Yep. You do reap what you sow. So how you treat me and how you treat this channel is how the universe is going to treat you back. Okay? Don't forget that. Thank you, Alvin. That's very kind and sweet of you to say to all of us. Happy holidays to you too. But yes, Mikey, I responded to you, dear. What am I about? freedom and liberty and justice for all. That's what I'm about. Okay? I hope that's enough. Hypocritical Bible thumpers. It's alright. I'm from the South. I can handle it. Oh my God, that sounds amazing, Alvin. Thanks for sharing that with us. Yes, take care, everyone. Be good to yourself with your thoughts. Because your thoughts do create. You literally involuntarily create the way you involuntarily breathe, and the way that you believe, like the way that you believe in yourself, the way that you believe in what you want. See, it's ask, believe, receive. It's not ask, believe, try real hard, drive yourself crazy, receive. It's ask, believe, receive. It's not that difficult. Okay, and I feel like people take such simple words like that in scripture and turn them into something that they never were really meant to be in. Because see, we have come so far with our languages, our science, our math, our technology. We are more modernly advanced. We're more forward in modern advanced everything compared to when some of these scriptures were written. And, you know, someday the things that we have written in this time and space will be foreign to people in 1,000 or 2,000 years, if we're even lucky to still be here. Okay? Because Einstein certainly never, ever, ever, ever imagined that his work could lead to what it has led to in our modern advanced society. Is what just being social on YouTube, dear? But me personally, like the people that I hold in my vortex as friends, whether they're Catholics, Baptists, Protestant, Christians, Wiccans, Satanists. I don't have any Satanists in my vortex, but you know, I'm just trying to tell you and show you guys that there's a wide spectrum of people, whether they're Jewish or they're not Jewish, whether they're, you know, celebrating Kwanzaa or Christmas, okay? You know, we're still celebrating the idea of joy this time of year. And I think, you know, at this time of year, people lose a lot of what is special about Christmas. And it's not presents. It's not the tree. It's not money. It's none of that. Einstein's second wife was his cousin. A lot of people's wives were their cousins. Look at the British monarch. Everybody's his cousin. Yeah, life is really not about worldly possessions. I mean, I think the saddest thing I've ever heard, the saddest story for me, you guys, is my dad's Christmas stories. They had nothing. My dad had nothing. No Christmas tree, no Christmas presents. They were lucky to have a meal on Christmas. Okay, he didn't get his first pair of shoes till he was 12. And he literally borrowed a pair of shoes, like his dad borrowed a pair of shoes from a cousin, put them on my dad, and they walked to the city to buy my dad his first pair of shoes for Christmas when he was 12. And I didn't really know it went that deep until we talked about it this year, but I remember years and years ago, we had ordered a pizza during Christmas time, and it had like 10 questions that kids could ask their parents about Christmas and growing up. And I started asking him like the questions, and he couldn't answer them. And it was so sad for me because I was really excited to learn these things about my dad, like I had learned about my mom, and he was just not able to answer them in a fun or happy way, or with a delightful childhood memory. It was really painful for me. It's very, very, very non-painful for him. Like, he's not sad about it anymore. He's never was sad about it. It was normalized for him. What was happy for him at Christmas is he had his mom. They had a little bit of food. They were healthy. They had each other. You know, and that value of family is what is important to me. That value of friendship, that integrity, that, you know, that love. Because of Christmas, aww, you don't get birthday gifts because of Christmas. It is nice when people have answers, and he did have answers. It was just not the answers I expected, like the wonderful answers my mom had, because they both were like completely different sides of the spectrum. You know, they grew up in two different worlds. You know, she grew up, you know, rich little Italian princess. You know, and he was just a poor farmer's boy. I mean, man, they were soulmates, though. I mean, she's passed on, and they're still dating. He still calls my mom his girlfriend, and they were married for years. Really sweet couple. Everyone should find true love like that. Health is the next wealth. Yeah, you can't have wealth without your health. So someone said, "What am I about?" This is just, it's not a tarot channel. It's a I'm a musician and artist. This channel is about my life. My life is my message. You're right. It's not measured by material possessions. It's definitely so much far more deeper than that. And that's what has gotten so that's what's gotten so difficult for me personally, is that it's all about who can be the best. You know, what's the best car? What's the best recipe? What's the best dress? What's the best purse? What's the best, you know, designer thing to have? What is the best technology to have? What is, you know, and so many people going on about how, like, you know, they want to make you think that they're the best. Well, can't you just let me decide for myself? Like, they always have to have the best family, have the best life, have the best whatever. Like, okay, great. Everyone is just the best now. And it's really weird to me, like, okay. It's like nobody is allowed to have defaults. Yeah, it's pretty scary. And, you know, whether somebody is trying to get into dark arts, light arts, white arts, gray arts, purple arts, pink arts, whatever. You know, I don't know. There's so many things out there nowadays. I just hope that people will find something that is their reason to live juice. Something that they want to wake up every day and experience that joy through their spirituality or their religion, okay, or both, that, you know, makes them want to get out of bed in the morning like me. I know that sounds a little weird, like, you know, oh, she's joyful to get out of the bed every morning because of her spirituality. I know that sounds weird, but yeah, I am. I'm joyful to wake up in the morning and, you know, just praise the day because it's beautiful and it's been given to me like a gift. And I just wish everybody could have that same joy. I really do. But it's not that easy for people because not as many people maybe not as many people have the faith. Even though you were saying earlier that it goes a lot deeper than faith. And it does. I mean, you can have the faith, but that doesn't mean that you truly believe. Even in yourself. You know? Not everyone believes that they can be and do whatever they want. You know, as long as it's definitely something that's good, of course. Only the love. You only take the love with you in the end. That's it. And I think that people lose sight of that. They lose sight of that love. Thank you so much for your payment, Mikey. If you want to put your questions in the chat, you can. And I'll set the timer. I'm guessing you want to get a $6 taco box. And you take your consciousness, because even though your rental car dies, your consciousness is always there. It's always there. Okay, yeah, send me an email. Hey, Carson, hey, what's up? And thanks, Jeremy. It's nice to see you. Hope you're doing well. Why are you from? I mean, where am I from? I'm from outer space. Yeah, I mean, that's what I'm saying, is that the consciousness is always there. Okay? I really truly do believe that the consciousness is always there. And I really do truly believe that we can choose to come back. There are just too many coinky dinks, all right? I've had so many pets come into my life and pass away, and when I start seeing the traits of that soul again in another pet, I know it's them. I know it's that same soul. And we choose, I really deeply feel that we choose each other from the beginning. I really do. I feel like I chose my parents. They chose me. You know, I chose that little puppy over there. His soul chose me, whether we were a puppy or a human or a bird in a past life. And I think that maybe our souls even maybe progress to different levels, like, of conscious intelligence and empathy and sentient, like, you know what I mean, like, a sentient creature is like a human, a cow, that kind of thing. You're from Cedar Rapids, Iowa? You were in my shoes 5.5 years ago. Oh, I wasn't even wearing shoes 5.5 years ago. But okay. Or maybe you were saying to someone else in the chat. I apologize. Yeah, and that in this life, yeah, we have this one life to choose what we choose. But I don't think that we lose ourselves in the end. I don't think all souls die. I think some souls will die. I think some people will lose their souls. And I think it depends on I think it depends, really does depend on the way they were. And sure, I mean, 2 inches is enough if you know what you're doing with it. But yeah, I think that at the end of the day, if the way that you treat others and the way you treat yourself and the way you treat this world, okay, is how it's going to reflect back to you. The way that you act and react to your thoughts and feelings is the way those things are going to show up to you. I think that at the end of the day, if we are more good to ourselves with our thoughts, then, you know, getting lost in those thoughts that aren't so good, because we have, you know, 74,000 thoughts or more a day. You know, which ones are you choosing to focus on? A lot of people wake up in the morning and they can't wait to hear the news because they just thrive off of that chaos. They just thrive off of that kind of energy. And I just can't do that. I just can't. Thank you, Meryl. You know, I'm not going to discriminate. Whether you're 2 inches or 11 inches, 7 feet tall or 5'4", I don't care. I'll be right back, and Mikey, I'll do your reading. I'm going to check your email in a moment. I just need to, I need to get a drinky treat. I'm thirsty, and the doctor wants me to drink lots of water. Be right back. I always try to think about, you know, like what would Jesus do? What would Mary do, you know? They would want me to think positively, you know. They want me to exercise daily. They'd want me to eat healthy. They'd want me to work hard. They'd want me to be strong. You know, they'd want me to read more, be happy, relax, love, live my life, and be good to others and help them. You know, and help the animals in the world, not based off of anything other but just pure kindness. Okay, Mikey, I saw your email. Okay, so you had an action and a reaction. It's okay, Mikey. It happens to all of us. Okay, so you can fix this, all right? It's gonna be okay. I'm just gonna put that your reading's starting at 55 minutes in case you want to come back ever to it. I'm just gonna put 55 minutes, Mikey, reading. So take some time to like practice not reacting to some of these things that do upset you about the connection here between you and this person. Understand that you can change it and turn it around and that everything is okay. All right. You have to also understand that, you know, the cards will suggest to you what you need to know about this right now. But you have to also understand that those things that you're worried about, sweetheart, it's just love getting in the way of things. It's just stress getting in the way of things. It's just your doubt, your fears. And you can overcome all that through courage and patience and practicing not reacting to things you don't like. Okay, no reacting to things you don't like. No doing anything that might trigger you. Okay? If you message her or you message your friend or your family, you know, message them because it brings you joy and you know it will bring them joy. Don't worry about their response. Just let the joy be. Let it breathe. You see what I'm saying? And let's start with question number 1. I'm just going to start your timer. I'm going to put all the cards out for you. And then I'm going to tell you the story about what your most trusted and strong spirit guides need you to know right now. It's okay. I understand you didn't listen to what your most trusted and strongest spirit guides have said. But at the same time, you've taken it into consideration, which is the most important thing. So what? You made a mistake. We're human. To err is to be human, okay? We make mistakes. Nobody's perfect. But you can overcome this. So let me start the timer and give you 7 minutes since it's 6+ minutes, 6+ cards. And I'm going to go ahead and put out all the cards for you. Spirit, I'm calling forth Mikey's most trusted and strongest spirit guides. What does he need to know right now about these questions? So yes, you will be together again, but there will be a little bit of pause on things right now. You might get a little bit bored waiting, wondering what's happening. Right now, this kind of downward spiral that you're talking about, this is definitely the energy, that 10 of Swords. It's feeling very sharp. It's feeling very down. It's feeling very cold and sad. But it doesn't last for very long. Okay, this is behind you now. This mistake you feel you made, okay? Spirit says it's time for you to rest and put that behind you. Okay? It's over now. It's not coming back. Okay? And it has absolutely no effect on your future. It just is affecting you right now. And you need your rest so that you can purge whatever trauma or pain or sharpness from this that you're feeling inside, because it's going to be okay. And let me show you why. Because you guys are going to talk again in the not too distant future in this Judgment card. The angel that is in the sky blowing the horn is representing your phone. The horn is representing your communication. All right. Oh, hold on, it's a little bit. Okay. Yes, Judgment. The horn is representing a communication. Judgment card can very well be very much about judging and judgment. But in this case, it doesn't have so much to do with judgment, because we're not talking about how she's feeling in this question. We're on that question about you guys coming back to your connection, you guys communicating here is what this is saying. You will communicate after a time of rest. You will communicate again. There will be a call to action, okay? Will you be together again? Yeah, and it will be more successful than you can imagine, because you're going to change your thoughts about it. You already have. You want this to work out now. So that is the first step in putting all that fear behind you to get out of that fear loop. Because Spirit is suggesting that yes, you will be together again, and you guys will become better friends. Your communication will become better, because there will be more understanding. You may feel very well that this person at some point in time was very easy to talk to about anything, but there have been times that this person felt you as well were able to hold space for them unlike any other people, especially when they were lonely, bored, alone, down. Like you were there with your cup of love in this King of Cups. You were there with your kindness, and Spirit wants you to show more of the kindness and focus more on that energy in your heart and your head space. Let your head think for you and let your heart follow your head. Like, you know the difference between wrong and right. You know the difference between what triggers you and what doesn't. You know the difference between the suffering and the pain. You don't have to have this suffering and pain anymore. All right, so you will be together again. You will see each other again. You will communicate again. Now, if you get together, or when you get together, I'm not suggesting if anymore. You can't anymore. Does will die? Only if you want it to. So, yes, how will you be together? You will be together in a loving way with a new beginning. But to get to that new beginning, you're going to have to give it a new life, a new story, you're going to have to put all that old story away. You're going to have to wipe it away clean. Like the part about where you're like the things you're worried about, or the things that have separated you, or the things that have, come between you that feel sharp, that don't feel comfortable. You have to start from now rewriting the love story. How do you want the next scene to be with her? Because, see, you're the director of this movie. You're the creator of this love story. So Spirit is suggesting, like, especially in this High Priestess also, that Spirit has your back. But you also need to talk to Spirit as if Spirit was your best friend in this Six of Wands here, as if Spirit was your best friend. Whatever you believe in, whether it's God, angels, the devil, whatever, the flowers, even if you don't believe in anything, even if you only believe in the dirt outside, okay? The sooner that you talk to your most trusted and strongest spirit guides, you are going to start seeing some changes about this. And ask them to help guide you through it. How will you be together? Let's see what Spirit says. Well, you can be happy if you want. But you have to stay on that strict mental diet with that King of Swords. You have to stay on that strict mental diet. And what I mean by strict mental diet is this. You start to feel afraid, scared, negative, like it's not going to work out. change the channel. Tell yourself something different. When you start feeling that way, tell yourself something different that feels good so you can compel what you want towards you, so that you stop compelling this uncertainty towards you. No, really, you need some rest, and you need to start on that strict mental diet where you're going through what your limiting beliefs and circumstances are. Like rules that you might have been told were right, but maybe they're not so right for you, or things that maybe don't feel comfortable to you, but maybe you're only proceeding through with them because that's how other people think you should feel, act, or what they think you should say. Let me go to the next question real quick, since we've gone past 7 minutes here, but let me get on the third question real quick. I'm going to ask the love clarification oracle cards to clarify this King of Wands and this Two of Wands in regards to what she wants him to know about the things that, what she wants me to know about the things I'm worried about our relationship. I don't really know what you're trying to ask, but Spirit, Mikey Spirit knows what you're trying to ask. So I'm just going to get the cards ready for you and let you know what you need to know from Spirit right now about that, okay? Because you know what you're trying to ask, and Spirit knows what you're trying to ask. I don't necessarily need to know what you're trying to ask. So, despite you being worried or upset or these things about your relationship, she looks up to you. She does respect you. You can't have love without respect. She thinks you'd be a good person and to have a partnership with. She thinks you'd be a good father. She thinks you would make an excellent partner, right? But at the same time, she's finding it difficult a little bit, in the whole spectrum of things with the boundless spirit and liberated path. Like, she's finding it a little bit difficult to see her own future for herself. And she may be getting told things by people on the other side of things, on the other side of the spectrum of things, like what she should do and shouldn't do too. And she might very well be an adult who's like, I really want, some freedom to make some choices for myself. But, liberated path. So the only limits that you have, that you both have, like, this is what she's thinking. The only limits that you both have are the ones that you put on yourself. So even, and even though at the end of the day, she thinks all these things, feels all these things, wants to talk to you about all these things, she knows you're both getting in the way of what you could have with each other, what you want with each other, because of these things that you both worry about too much. So you worry about things that aren't happening, or maybe haven't happened yet, or may never happen, replacing them with the joy and the happy and harmonious moments you could really be experiencing. So I hope that somehow this resonates with you. Acceptance is the answer. So, you've got this cup here. Is it half full or is it half empty? Is that a window on the wall that you can open and escape from that tiny room? Or is that just a painting? It's a figment of your imagination that's a window. See, it's all about your imagination. What are you telling yourself about you, Mikey? What are you telling yourself about her? What are you telling yourself about your lives together? What are you telling yourself about your love story? These are all important things to note and accept that you're telling yourself these things. And if you don't like them, tell yourself something different so you can compel it towards you. Not telling you to lie to yourself. Okay? Because when you have a dream that you want to make happen, and it's better, it's better to it will become reality if someone else is dreaming it with you. All right? And we're here to help you dream that, whatever it is, okay? You know, while there's nothing outside of you to do it for you and the cards can't do it for you, you can have this love story in the way that you want. So I hope this has helped you, Mikey. Keep me updated about your story. If you have any questions about this reading, you can always email, and I'll get back to you when I can. If anybody else would like to get a paid reading, please make your payments now, as I'm going to be closing down for the night here pretty soon. May you ask what this is? Yes, we can do your free reading now, or you can save it for tomorrow or another time, dear. So imagine trying to make the most out of life, and you watch MS live out your dreams. What a life, right? You don't have to watch. You can go live your dreams. That's what's so magical about it, is you can change your mind to not watch other people live your dreams and go live your dreams. That's what's amazing about being a human being, is that, you know, you have a choice to change your mind just like your creator. And if people think that the creator or your creator can't change his mind, then you're definitely flat-brained. I had somebody in here tell me that God can't change its mind once. I'm sorry, but that's just ridiculous to me. People like me should go to jail. What? I think people like you should be reported for harassing me for saying that. You won't pay me shit. I don't think that you'll pay me anything. I think that you're just here to harass me and hurt my feelings and hurt people who are in this chat's feelings, so I'm hiding you from the channel. If you're serious about paying me $1,000 for reading, then pay it. And don't antagonize me, okay? And don't antagonize the people in the chat. Okay, have fun zapping yourself. Alright, I'm gonna go, you guys. I'll talk to you later. Be good to yourself with your thoughts. And I'll see you guys later. Okay? If anybody wants to get a paid reading, you can send for a paid reading now, but I'm gonna log out. Gonna make yours. Oh, okay. Well, they used to be $5 taco boxes, and then I was like, you know what? Taco Bell doesn't sell their taco boxes anymore for $5, so they started selling them for like $6. So I was like, oh, okay, so I'll just add $1 to my taco box. Now there's I mean, you can get a Lux box for like $9-10. Maybe I should do the Lux box, the Lux Tarot taco box. It was just a Taco Bell thing. That's all. But $6 is the the pattern of life. So 6 is a very important number. Not the 67 thing again. Alright, I'm going to do a free collective message, and then I'm going to get on out of here because I have to go, meet my caseworker in the morning. And strongest spirit guides. For anyone who may be here in the chat, may watch the replay. Balance, harmony, and imagination. Let's check out these cards and see what they look like. First card is balance. We've gotten this card so much, crowd, in the last week and a half or so. This card keeps popping out because what Spirit is trying to tell us is that it's so important to find that balance, especially during this time of season. I mean, personally for me, I mean, this time of year is spookier for me than Halloween, but that's probably because Halloween is my birthday. You know, people get more grouchy, they get more testy, they get rude, they get horrible. It's almost as if it's almost like it's what made the Grinch, you know? So I'm gonna read the card because I feel like the message is maybe being missed by some people, or maybe there's just people here who haven't found that balance yet, and Spirit is asking them, like, look, you know, turn to the earth, turn to nature, turn to finding that structure in your life that brings you to the point where you're having this experience in nature that's, even if it's just, you know, in the park, you go across the street to the park and you live in a big city. You know, maybe Spirit's also saying you need to find balance through Tai Chi. It sort of looks like the gentleman here's doing some kind of Tai Chi on the beach, you know. And Tai Chi can help you find a lot of balance, not only physical balance, but spiritual balance. And I will tell you, like, we started doing Tai Chi on the beach when I was little because it was just a thing. And I highly recommend it to anyone and everyone who's maybe not tried it before. But balance helps you find that social circle with your family, your friends, maybe your animals, your pet. It helps you find that freedom to fly. Fly like an eagle. You guys have heard that song, right? But let's go ahead and read the card in a moment. But I want to move on to harmony real quick because harmony is a very important message tonight, and I'm not sure we've ever had the harmony card or haven't gotten the harmony card in a long time. So when you look at the harmony card, we know the peace and the silence of snow, how beautiful it is. Just the way snow is so magical. It can really bring you, well, it can bring me harmony. I love a good, beautiful, sunny, snowy day. It's just such the perfect day to do art. It's such a perfect day to do paintings, drawings. I don't know, there's just something about the sun glistening on the snow for me. And open up the art room and open up all the windows and shades and paint or draw or even just play music. It's an absolute delight to me, and I feel like what Spirit's saying is as we move into the winter months, Spirit wants you to find balance and harmony through that imagination, okay? Through your imagination, through the things that, well, Might be creative for you. Creative endeavors, like maybe even things you've never tried before. Needlepoint, okay, or watercolors, or even just coloring in a coloring book, or even just, you know, splattering some paint on the walls. And then we're going to come back to the imagination card, because it was balance, harmony, and imagination, which I feel the spirit message tonight before I leave is, well, spirit, your most trusted and strong spirit guides feel that this is something very deep for you guys to be immersing yourselves in through this time of year and into the new year, to find that which you desire more easily. Maybe it's the frame of mind you'd like to wake up and be in. Maybe it's the frame of mind you'd like to be in throughout the day. Maybe it's the frame of mind that you'd like to be in every day, even if every day isn't such a great day. You don't have to have a perfect day every day, but you were sitting here to have fun. So use your imagination to find that fun every day. I also love this card because it reminds me of my front yard. Doesn't that look like my front yard, Molly, in the summer? And I also love how if you turn the card the other way, you see what I mean? Like, is that a little pond with nature's most fantastic mirror there reflecting the sky? Is that a path into the woods? You know, or are we at my front door and we're looking up at the sky and the canopy of trees? It's really up to your imagination, and that's what I feel I've been trying to talk about tonight. Like, your thoughts create, your imagination creates. You know, which way is it going to be for you guys? Are you standing on my front porch looking up at the sky through the canopy of trees with me, or are we at a pond looking at this beautiful mirror of clouds, sitting at the base of the oak trees, having a picnic? It's up to you. It's your imagination. What do you want to experience? What do you want the next scene to be? So back to the balance card. I never saw a Daniel in the chat. I did see a Danielle earlier. So the structure of your daily spiritual life must be built on a strong foundation in the physical world. Like a pillar of selected shaman stones that is balanced carefully on one another. Take care of your body through diet and exercise. Express your strength and acts of power, and bring greater awareness to the exchange of money. So Spirit's also saying, you know, find balance in your finances and your money, and be very careful with it. Okay? Maybe you need to, maybe you overspend, or maybe you're an impulsive shopper. Maybe you need to get a blue lens in your glasses or something like that, so that you're not so impulsive to shop online and shop when you're out in public. Because the one thing that blue light does, it makes us want to shop, buy, and shop. So maybe Spirit's saying through the balancing, because you think about money and the balance of things as well. Maybe you need to get a structured, budget going, so that you don't spend all your money in the wrong places as well. This is something I've had to do myself, having an emotional eating disorder and an emotional shopping disorder. I know Molly can understand that for sure. I've had to work really hard to, work through those kind of things. I feel like Spirit's definitely saying, especially be aware in your exchange of money, okay? Protect and nourish your family, nourish yourself, express what you need to express through integrity, through balance, through, through the physical realm and your higher spiritual learning. Like there can be things that you can also teach others through this balance that you may already be aware of, or that you may want to build upon. Because honestly, the Spirit Lodge, the foundation of which, your life is rooted in, it's going to be that physical manifestation that you're going to see every day. And the stronger you are within regards to that strict mental diet that I was talking about earlier, which is like, You know, you turn your back on things that don't serve you. You turn your thoughts on. You turn your thoughts that are bad for you. You know which you know, what are you serving? Are you serving the furry wolf, the furry werewolf on the inside, or the werewolf on the inside? You know, I mean, everybody's walking a fine line between Buddha and Bundy. So really, this card is saying, where are you on that spectrum of balance? Which one are you? So yeah. Make your spirit available to this, finding this balance, this structure, so that you can take this power, this balance, and, well, you know, help others find maybe that balance too, and through your loved ones, your family, like whatever it is that you're working on. Harmony, number 20. Also, number 2 might be important to someone. The color red or the direction of the south. So harmony is number 20. We have another 2 here. So I feel like maybe 22 is a special number to somebody. I don't know. The color is black. The direction is west. Harmony lives in a lodge of balance. Oh my God, there goes the balance again. An equilibrium between the physical and spiritual aspects of your life. For there to be harmony, there must be balance. So, you know, imagine yourself as that sacred wheel of your life. Like, how are you driving that wheel of your life, people? You know, standing in the center of yourself, when you really think about it, which way are you driving that wheel in your life? Because your wheel must function every day of your life. So if you imagine, you know, that the south is your physical self, or maybe the west is your emotional self, or the north, you know, your spiritual self. You know, maybe the east is your mental self. And you know, you see yourself standing in an ancient wheel of truth. You know, consider whether you're going to spend as much time in the physical south as you do in the spiritual, say, north. You know, are they balanced? Is this energy balanced out? Are you being aware of your actions, not only towards yourself but others? You know, it's like what I said earlier about what would Jesus do, right? I honestly, when I think about the actions I take, I really feel as if I need to make sure that, you know, not only if I come back to them will I feel pleased with them, but, you know, I don't want to disappoint my most trusted and strongest spirit guides. I don't want to disappoint them. I think that very many people live their lives more worried about their afterlife than the life that they're living now. So some people will take action and reaction based on, well, it's not going to matter because I'm going to die one day. So they'll lie, they'll cheat, they'll steal, they'll hurt, they'll rape, they'll pillage. You know, or maybe many people are like, well, it's not going to matter because I'm just sitting around watching other people live out the dreams that I want, blah, blah, blah. You know, that kind of thing. You know, you choose to do that. You choose for that to be your inner world, and it reflects back to you. It's just like what I said on the live last night. Someone copy and pasted some theory about manifesting into the chat, and you know, I brought the lipstick out, and I was like, yeah, manifesting is just as easy as me putting the lipstick on. It's just as easy as, you know, manifesting $1 million is just as easy as it is manifesting a penny on the ground or a dime. It's just people don't see it that way. You know, and if I decide to go out the lines of my lip, it's going to get all over my face, right? And it's only then when we blur the lines, okay, that it's difficult to see our desires and to live from them instead of living for them, waiting for them. You live them and expect them, believe in them, instead of, like, you know, sitting around waiting for it to happen. Because the more that you wait around for something to happen, the less it's going to happen. You know, the dishes aren't going to do themselves. You know, the boiled pot of water, if you sit there and watch it, it's not gonna boil. Okay. But back to the imagination card real quick. But like I was saying about the lipstick, the lipstick is, it represents my feelings, my emotions, and my actions and my reactions to the way I react, and, my reactions and actions towards the feelings of the, my feelings, which is the lipstick, is how it's going to reflect back. So if I start going outside the line of things, I know that I need to maybe have a strict mental diet day where I've pulled myself away from the things that don't serve me, that are triggering me, because I've noticed them. I'm like, peace out. I'm going to go take an edible and have some CBD and chill the hell out and watch some broccoli animations on YouTube. Because at the end of the day, it's something every day in this world now. I mean, I don't even think on Christmas. I think I'm just going to sleep all day on Christmas because I don't want to have to see what the TV says. I don't want to have to see what the internet says. I don't want to even see that tramp's voice on TV or hear one person say his name. Okay? It's amazing that in 2025, King Henry VIII looks like a fucking angel compared to, pardon my French, the name I just said right before that. So a lot of people stay more aware of that again and again and again. I have to watch everybody stay aware of that all day long. What happens when you become aware of monsters like Putin, monsters like, and I could just name so many names in this world right now who are in power. Because you stay aware of them and you give away your power, thinking that you don't have a voice, thinking that you can't find the harmony that you want because of it, your imagination creates. So which world do you want? Okay, because if you and we and together as a society keep falling for anything and standing for nothing, we're just going to keep falling for it again and again and again. Anything. So if you stand for nothing, you'll fall for anything. So you must use your imagination to find that harmony and balance to create that life you want. I know what I want for Christmas. I don't want to hear the TV. I don't want to hear the radio. I don't want to be online. And I don't want to be watching the news. So I'm going to tell all my friends, just text me. Text me on the phone if you have the number. Is the video looping? No, your house is probably haunted. Okay, so we're going back into the imagination card, and then I'm going to call it a night. Okay. Imagination. We have already talked about this beautiful card and how, it's just the way you look at things, really, as to how they play out. So, I feel like Spirit's definitely saying in this card, it's time to explore the wilderness. It's time to get out there in nature, even if it is winter. Just stepping outside your front door to look at the beautiful landscape. You might not even be here on the side of the earth that I'm on where it's winter right now. You might be on the other side, and Spirit's saying, it's time to get out there and get into the wilderness and find that whimsical rebel self of yours. Okay, because, your soul is on a path here with your imagination and learning and relearning how to use it. All right? Getting back into nature is like getting back into your soul. Okay, and through this type of energy from nature, it's gonna heal you from a lot of this trauma that you might experience online that you might need to purge. See, we experience trauma even if it's not happening to us by watching it, reading it, listening to it. And if we don't purge it, it will stick with us. It'll bring us down. It'll depress us. It's like mental suicide if we don't purge it. And then one day we're going to wake up. You wake up and you wonder, what's wrong with me? And you might think you're depressed, or, you might think that you're sick, or you might think that something's wrong with you. But really, it's just, you got to purge. You got to purge that trauma that you're experiencing, even if you're not witnessing it. and you're only experiencing it because you're seeing someone else experiencing it and the horrors of it. So it's time to get a little bit closer to nature. It's time to get a little bit closer to whatever you feel is your creator. All right? You have this imagination. You have this circle of life. You have this walk to go on that is untamed, wild, and instinctual in regards to that side of your nature. And that's where I come to the inner compass. Like, you have this inner compass that has brought you here today. It took 1 million children for you to be here right now. A million children had to be born for you to be here right now, to have this walk of life. So you got to move through those daily tasks, pursuing what you want, focusing on that life within you in order to, you know, let nature to continue grow around you, in you, for you, with you. And always remember that, okay, that inspiration often comes after reflection, after the seed of creativity is planted. So once you begin your creative works with the imagination, you're going to see for yourselves the energy of the universe coming to you, and that creativity just flowing. Putting your trust in your creator, putting your trust in your dreams, putting your trust in your imagination, putting your trust in your inner compass. Stop putting your trust in what everybody else says that they think, might be good regarding your limiting beliefs and circumstances. But first you got to identify them. Okay? Okay, what's your question about the reading, Mikey? Sure. Let me go and catch up. Oh, you cast Meteor? Well, I cast Magic Missile. I know, don't message me on Facebook Messenger, please. I won't answer. I don't use it. Yeah, they're probably here, Meryl, on an account that's not been turned into a channel. Yeah, we're all a part of something. Imagine I had $10,000. Would I pay my rent with that? No. I'd buy my house with that. What do I see about you? I see you buying a reading in the not too distant future. Okay, Mikey, I'm sorry. I didn't see your chat. I'm just trying to look for what you said. I saw the question thing. can't find your question, Mikey. Okay, alright. You couldn't be the devil. The devil would never typo. Absolutely, 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 Mikey. I know it's difficult to not worry. I won't lie about that. I do it all the time. I really do. I'll be real honest. But it comes down to when you start worrying, you got to soothe yourself. You've got to learn how to soothe yourself. Is it going to be listening to some music that calms you down that you like? Is it going to be going out for a walk? Is it going to be eating a pint of ice cream? Is it going to be laying down to meditate and relax a little bit? Is it going to be watching your favorite show? You got to learn self-soothing, Mikey. I'll go ahead and respond to you in email so that you know what I just said. See, the more that you work on believing in your dreams, Mikey, you'll see it'll all... And you know what? You don't even have to believe at the end of the day. You've already created what you want. You've already had the desire. It's already yours. Okay? But you've got to trust. You do have to trust. You have to trust that your most strongest and trusted spirit guides are working on this and co-conspiring with you in the universe to create the story. But if you keep worrying, the universe will keep putting things on pause. They'll keep coming back to this worrying to teach you something about yourself and your situation, okay? And of course, you know, we're usually always here, so if you have any questions, you can always ask in the chat or email. Someone around here will have an answer. Yeah, you can do your free reading now or you can do it later. But I would really prefer if we could do it later because I have to go to bed now. I'm sorry, Mikey. I have to go, you guys. I have to go to church in the morning, so I have to be there at 9. So good night, you guys. Mikey will do the free thing tomorrow or whenever you're able to come back. I just can't spend any more time online, you guys. Thank you. All right. I have to go see my caseworker in the morning and go to church. I love you guys. Thank you so much for coming by and hanging out with me. I appreciate you guys. Be good to yourself with your thoughts. Music is sacred and no prison will hold this movement down.